We're going to bring up our next storyteller. His first time here, Omar Mitchell. Come tell us the story. Omar.
It's an honor and a pleasure for me to be here tonight. So I guess my story would be I'm a restaurateur. I've been one for my entire life. It started back when I was 14, and I was at a local school in Detroit, Michigan, Golightly Vocational Center. And I took culinary arts. And I was a class clown. So me and I remember the guy as clear as day. His name was Paul Hatley, and he was my best friend, and we were in CAD. And the teacher said, if you don't like math, this was the first day. If you don't like math, raise your hand, you can leave now. Remember, I'm a class clown. So I raised my hand, got kicked out of the class, went to the counselor, what happened? Well, the teacher said, if you don't like math, you can leave. Well, honestly, I didn't like math. Not knowing I was going to be a restaurateur, and you need to know a lot of math. So, long story short, my counselor said, well, whatever you do, don't tell your teacher you know how to cook, because the only class I have available is advanced kitchen. She says, you know how to cook? I said, I know how to cook eggs. Okay. So she put me in the class, and moved forward. First year was horrible. Second year went around. I began to love cooking. Loved it with a passion. Entered a lot of VICA competitions, food competitions, etc. I got a full scholarship to Johnson & Wales University, Providence, Rhode Island. From that point, things started to open up for me. Still at a near-miss moment. I don't want a sad story here, but because I grew up in the inner city of Detroit, none of my family ever went to college, all that fun stuff, the same stories you hear about a lot of the athletes, etc., right? So, bottom line, get ready to go to school. Now, keep in mind, Rhode Island, Detroit, two different places by far. So, I'm like, okay, full scholarship, how are you going to get there? So I threw all my clothes, this is a true story, threw all my clothes in a hefty garbage bag, and I literally went to Greyhound bus station and bought a ticket to Johnson & Wales, to Rhode Island. Get to Rhode Island, magnificent city, beautiful, all the rich kids running around with their parents, station wagons pulling up, luggage just getting out of the car. Here I am with this garbage bag that's torn, and I'm scratching my head like, you should have liked math. So I get out, I get off the bus, I go inside, and I'm looking on the walls. I see pictures of alumni, Emeril Lagasse, Julia Childs. I'm like, wow, what did I get myself into? So long story short, I know I said that before, I wind up really, really loving culinary arts. I became an executive chef by trade. After graduating from school, I worked under Master Chef Milos at Golden Mushroom, and it was a great experience. If it wasn't for those near-miss moments, I probably wouldn't have been where I was at. So I worked for Master Chef Milos. For those that don't know, he's one of the first, he's actually the first Master Chef in Michigan. And from there, I became very, very liking to the culinary arts and the food and beverage industry, and just took off with it. From there, things were going great for me. I went back to Rhode Island. I got a phone call from TV Food Network. They wanted me to do some things with them. So I worked with Mario and Emeril and those guys. It was a cooking program called Cooking Across America. And we wind up loving what we're doing. That season was over. Came back to Detroit, worked at some local restaurants with Jimmy Smith, a few other folks in Detroit. And I really loved what I did. And now I'm here, and I love what I do. And I guess the moral of my story is just keep passion and desire at whatever it is that you choose to do, because if not, it will be a near, dear miss moment for you. And for me, now I love math. So here I am, and hopefully I gave you guys an impeccable story to remember for a lifetime. Thank you.